Hello and welcome to the Tower of Curved Ascent mobile guide. So Toka is located in Ring 9. You can make your way over to here, right next to 2HA and 2BT. Alright, floor 1 starts off, simple wrap, and then truss flick onto this, jump to the top part, and then drop down, and then jump to the 1 stud. Flick inside this gap, go backwards on there, make sure to fit through that gap. Floor 1, it mostly just becomes muscle memory after a few hours on the tower. Walk off and go sideways onto this platform, jump to the spinner, wait and jump a bit late onto this truss here, time this so you don't bump into the wall. You can just walk off the conveyor. Jump off the spinner there, jump onto the truss, flick under the wedge, jump over here, flick off the side of the truss onto here, jump right away off the conveyor so you don't get pushed into the wall and off the edge, then walk around the truss and then flick off onto the slope. Climb up here, move against the wedge to do that jump late off the conveyor, line up about this height, jump to the moving platform, do 1 wrap, and then jump onto the teleporter thingy. Go onto the inside and then the outside of the spinner there to avoid the walls. You've got a couple of challenges on here. Jump around onto the platform. Be careful on these truss flicks. Get the button. You'll be teleported back here. You can go back over here. Be careful. Take that a bit tighter than you think. Don't do that right away. I'm rushing it. Flick in onto the platform. Alright, now stand a bit away from the front wall in this, and then go backwards and then snake around forwards with your camera. Then on this box, just jump a little bit after you get onto the sloped conveyor, and then flick sideways at the end to land on the platform. Go through this gap, and then look up, look for this platform. When it goes solid, just count down and then do the jump. You just gotta memorize those timings. Jump around those like that, line up about here, jump off, and then go onto the front side of the truss. Flick up onto here, flick out to climb up the truss, and then flick in onto the platform there, walk off, make sure not to bump into the slope. Jump off about there and then go forwards onto the small little platform. Jump earlier than you think there so you don't hit the glass ceiling, and then flick out to catch the ladder there. Just time your jump there. Go onto this teleporter. All these jumps are a bit easier than they look. Flick out and get the button. Climb down to about here and then flick sideways onto the platform. Now walk all the way into the top right, then slide down sideways and jump up onto that platform, and then just inch your way on top of here. Do this like a long jump. Go forward facing onto the platform there. You can look under it to time when the spinner is coming, and then just make your way through all the gaps. Just copy my movements and you should be fine. And then jump out onto here. Do that backwards, and then on here, jump to the opposite side to slow it, and then make your way through the gap. When the thing is still solid, then you should flick right before it goes unsolid. Jump to the teleport orb. Take this a bit wider than you think so you don't glide on the corner. Just jump off this half stud right away. Jump to the truss over here, flick around or walk around it, and then flick onto here. Take that a bit wider than you think. It's a pretty difficult jump. You can jump on either side of that, and these jumps, just jump late, flick out a tiny bit, practice them if you need it. And this part's netted. It's just some pretty basic gameplay. Make sure you line this up. Look for when it goes solid and then have the timing down in your head, or count it out loud if that's what you like to do. So make your way across some more netted gameplay. Solid, have the timing down, and then jump. I like to go outside on those and then flick in onto the platform, go all the way down and then do this jump, and then line your camera up like this so you can see exactly what height you're at to do that jump. Then once more, just look at the wall. When it goes solid, then set up for the jump. And just have the timing down. Now you're on 7. Jump off the half stud, not off the ball. Flick in on there, walk off onto this platform. Flick in on that jump, then shift flick off this truss. Jump late off the slope to not flat side. Go backwards on this jump. Take this jump tighter than you think. It's only 2 studs out. Climb down to about there and jump off the truss normally. Turn around on the wedge to slide down it a bit and then jump to here. Go on the far corner of this and then jump, turn backwards and then turn forwards again. Another snake wrap. practice 7 through 10 extensively, it will help. Jump off about that height, then just push against the ceiling. I'd recommend doing 7 to 10 in one run before you start doing attempts on the main tower. I like to just shift lock and walk off like that. Jump a bit earlier than you think on all of those conveyors. You don't want to jump as late as possible because then you'll overshoot. Now this part, the timer, just don't go slow and you'll be fine. You don't need to rush. You can see I'm pacing myself and I still have like 20 seconds left over at the end. Turn sideways on this platform, jump 45 degrees on the tightrope, jump earlier than you think so you don't sink down into the tightrope. Jump late to avoid bunking your head on these. Set this up, jump over it, make sure you have the timing on that down, don't rush it, take a second to set up if you need it. Jump into here, jump around, once the X pusher goes up, jump off onto the platform. Flick in on there. Do that like a head hitter. Now you're on floor 9. This timer is really, really lenient, don't rush, just take your time. Especially at the end, like you have 10 extra seconds. Get on there. Make sure to set all these jumps up. I like to do this one backwards, go a bit wider than you think, and then just take it safe. It's not a very hard jump. Do a head hitter here. Make sure to set that one up. It's a bit farther than it looks. Go to the back of there and then wrap around onto the slope. 45 degrees on the tightrope. Let's do that one sideways. No need to climb. I like to do that backwards. Then on this, go through and then turn once you're through the gap to land on the platform in terms of the truss, and then flick off onto here. Now you're on floor 10. Do that jump like so. I like to go into first person here to set it up and walk off onto the platform, go into this back part and jump around the wall to get up here. Jump onto the spinner, jump onto this. Be careful on all these jumps. Don't worry about the KB there. Just make sure you set it up. You don't want to fail. Stick out. Again, take these jumps tight, but not too tight. Do this one backwards and then line up on the very back of the platform. And then jump late on here and then do like a 180-degree motion there. Be careful to not take that one too wide or you can bump into the wall or miss the platform. Jump in there. Just be careful on all these jumps. None of them are super hard. Just make sure you practice them. Line them all up. Be careful of that wedge there. And take this one a bit wider than you think. You can't take it too tight and bonk into the wall. I like to do this one backwards. You can also do it forwards if you like that. Walk against the wedge and then jump a bit wider than you think to avoid the wedge. Go on these one studs. Hit this teleporter. Go on the left side of this jump. Flick in. Take all these jumps super carefully, walk forwards against the thing to climb it, just in case. And now you have a timed section at the end. The start of this is super fast, but it gets slower. All right, so you're gonna line this up, start, jump, and go right away onto this wrap. Go around here, turn immediately, jump, jump again, and then go right away on this. These first few jumps aren't super hard. Make sure you practice this part. Jump around to here, and right away you're going to want to turn and then jump. Go 45 degrees and walk into this pole to make sure you get through the gap. Line up against the wedge, and you can jump. And from here on out, you can slow down your pace considerably. Jump onto here. I like to set these last few jumps up. If you're worried about time, then just memorize them all. Careful on here, and then on this last jump, you have plenty of extra time. Jump late on here, wrap around onto the platform, set up this long jump, and then go for it. And GG, you have beaten the Tower of Curved Ascent. Congratulations, you get the curved plasma. I couldn't tell what that was. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.